Okay, I don't see enough videos about this, but so this video is going to be for people who cannot make it out of the group chat. I feel like there's a lot of complaints of people making all these idealistic plans like, oh, we should go to Germany someday and go to Oktoberfest. Like, wouldn't that be so fun? And then it never happens. You just are stuck at home and nothing ever happens. I'm going to show you how to actually make it out of the group chat. The very first thing is that you cannot have too much input from anybody in the group prior to inviting them and proposing the plan or trip or whatever it is that you have in mind. When you have too much input from people, that's when things start to fall apart because too many people have their own preferences. People are going to start to argue, oh, we should go here instead, it'd be more fun. No, as the person like hosting or proposing or initiating the plans, it's up to you to make that executive decision and like decide on this is what I want the group to do. And from there, it's a matter of persuasion, which can be done. I will go into that in step 2. But yeah, basically, you need to decide what's happening. And the benefit of that is, you get to pick what you want to do. If you are persuasive enough, people who wouldn't originally be on board, you could get them to be on board. I think it always works better when you pick something you want to do because when you have that like passion behind it, you are usually able to argue for why everybody should come with you a little bit easier. So that brings me to step 2, which is you need to iron out as many details as possible about this event or trip or whatever before you propose it to the rest of the group. So let's say you are planning like a trip to Mexico, like you're going to Cabo, okay? You need to figure out exactly what dates you want to go, where you're going to stay during that trip, potential flights for the trip, and how much those flights are, and then like transportation to and from wherever you're going in the trip. When you have down like the logistics, the budget, and the accommodations, it's very hard for people to like argue against that, especially when they don't have anything else. Like, it'd be nice if people had like alternative arguments with their own set of logistics because now you guys are having a productive conversation, right? But most of the time, people don't like doing their own research. So if you take it upon yourself to do your own research and do it to the best of your abilities. Don't like pick the most expensive flights or whatever. Do your own research to the best of your abilities, and that will get inherently noticed when you propose the plans. When you have everything laid out, it's a lot easier for people to just say yes or no. People don't like doing their research, they're busy. So if you do that research for them and you just need their confirmation and for them to just buy whatever and they don't need to check, you're usually going to get a lot more people to respond yes to whatever plan you have. That's just how it is. I'm talking from years of experience of planning different trips. So like can't like I haven't planned a camping trip, but like Coachella camping, even just a housewarming. We've even gone so far as planning like an international trip. So like I have gone to Oktoberfest in Germany. I have gone to Japan. I've gone to all inclusive at Cabo. So it doesn't matter like what the scale of the event is. It just matters that you have the details ironed out. Okay, step 3. This one is pretty crucial. So now that you picked what you want to do, you ironed out the details for it. Now it's time to recruit your core circle. That's what I'm going to refer to this as. So your core circle is going to be like 1 to 3 friends that are always down for like you and whatever plans you have. Like they're reliable. Money is not usually not an issue for them, or if it is, they're good at saving and they're good at like budgeting so that they can make it. These friends are like, they are so valuable. Like everybody needs a friend like this in their life, or a few. But basically, you're gonna pick 1 to 3 friends that you know are gonna be down, and you need to get their yes, and then they need to get their flights and pay you for the hotel or Airbnb or whatever. And just, you know, you need to just know that they are locked into these plans, because once you have plans actually in motion with a, you know, a handful of people or even just one other person, it becomes a lot easier to get momentum building and, you know, have that snowball effect happen into a larger group of friends. You know, I don't know what the phenomenon behind this is. It's like I feel like people are pretty simple creatures. When they see that plans are happening, it's like, oh, people are actually, you know, people are actually doing this. I guess that FOMO kicks in and they just end up wanting to go or knowing if they can go or not. So here's the rundown for how you're gonna do it. So you get your core circle going, right? And then when you propose it to the larger group, you go like, hey, me, person A, person B, and person C, we were all gonna go to Mexico from August 20th to the 25th. Like, who are you guys down? We're gonna stay at this all-inclusive resort. It costs this much, and we're taking this flight at, you know, 8 a.m. and we're landing at this time, and then we're gonna get back home around this time. It's so much easier now. I guarantee you will get more responses when you preface your plans like that, versus like, hey, does anybody want to go to Mexico in this summer? You know, like, it's too broad, and now you're having input from too many people, and there's no actual plan. It's just a dream. So yeah, I know this was a bit of a rant, but to make it out of the group chat, you got to stop dreaming. You got to start planning. You can dream all you want of what a trip looks like, but once you got to get into the nitty-gritty of like logistics of when is this happening, how much does this cost, and like, you know, how are we getting there? When you figure out like those three core questions, you usually can fill in the rest of the details and like optimize from there. But yeah, I mean, the execution part of the plan, that's a whole other story. Like, once you're at your trip, that's a whole other skill set, you know, of hosting, making sure people are having a good time. This is not what this video is about. I could make a video about that, but this video is just about making it out of the group chat to the trip. So to summarize, one, pick the plan yourself. Do not get too much input from people. You make the plan as the one who's going to propose it. Two, iron out all the details so that there's little room for, you know, pushback from people. Like, you know what you're doing. You already did your research. Iron out the details. And then third step is recruit your core circle. That it's fine if it's just one other person. I would expand it to max 3-4 other people. But once you get your core circle in and you're in, you have motion, and it's easy to transfer that into a larger circle of people and get them going too. Yeah, I mean, I'm just laying out what has worked for me in the past. I hope this works for you guys. That's going to be it for this video. I hope this is helpful. If it is, please like and subscribe. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.